Good evening, you're watching 7 at 7 on India Today. I'm Preeti Chaudhary. These are the top stories, the headlines of this hour. Nation pays final tribute to our Kathua braves. 5 were killed in action during a terror ambush in Kathua. Hunt for Kathua terrorists on. Mumbai hit-and-run accused Mihir Shah arrested. Mihir nabbed after 3 days in a big India Today impact. Husband narrates the ordeal. Victim Kaveri was dragged, then mowed down by Mihir's car. Prime Minister Modi's message to Vladimir Putin at the Kremlin. Modi says India sides with peace, relaying emphasis on dialogue. Prime Minister says guns and bombs are not the solution.
बम बंदूक और गोलियों के बीच समाधान और शांति वार्ताएं सफल नहीं होती हैं और हमने वार्ता के माध्यम से ही शांति के रास्ते अपनाने होंगे.
Big diplomatic win for India and Russia. Sources say Russia will repatriate Indian deployed in the army. All of this after Prime Minister raised the issue with Putin during talks. No relief for Suraj Revanna. The JDS Netas denied bail in the unnatural sex assault probe. Suraj Revanna now to remain in custody. Days after the murder of BSP Neta, Tamil Nadu Chief Minister M.K. Stalin meets victim Armstrong's kid in Chennai. BJP mounts pressure, demands a CBI probe. Dalal Street bull run continues. Sensex and Nifty hit new all-time closing high levels. Auto, FMCG share gains and foreign fund inflows. All right, the latest news break coming in all the way from Russia, Moscow. Russia's highest honor for Prime Minister Modi. Prime Minister was honored by Vladimir Putin himself. Russia's highest civilian award being conferred on the Indian Prime Minister. The Order of St. Andrew conferred on Prime Minister Modi. The Prime Minister thanking Russia for this top honor. In Russia on a 2-day visit. Listen in.
राष्ट्रपति पुतिन रूस के सर्वोच्च अवार्ड से सम्मानित करने के लिए मैं हृदय से आपका आभार व्यक्त करता हूं. यह सम्मान केवल मेरा सम्मान नहीं है. यह 140 करोड़ भारतवासियों का सम्मान है. यह भारत और रूस की सदियों पुरानी गहरी मित्रता और आपसी विश्वास का सम्मान है. यह हमारी स्पेशल एंड प्रिविलेज स्ट्रेटेजिक पार्टनरशिप का सम्मान है.
It gives me particularly pleasure to present this honorary award here at the Kremlin in the stately setting that befits the order and its statute. Honorable Prime Minister, dear friend, the order of St. Andrew the Apostle the First School that is presented to you is testimony to Russia's sincere gratitude for the significant contribution we are making to strengthening friendship and mutual understanding between our nations and countries.
All right, the Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi being conferred with the highest award where Russia is concerned, the St. Andrew Award conferred to the Prime Minister. My colleague Gaurav Sawant joining us live on these visuals streaming right now on our television screen, Gaurav, and that's a huge honor when it comes to it, the highest civilian award accorded to the Prime Minister of India.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi accepted the honor on behalf of 140 crore Indians. The Russians said that this is an honor that's been awarded to Prime Minister Narendra Modi for his contribution to strengthening India-Russia strategic relationship. This honor was, of course, announced in 2019, but 2020 was COVID. 2022, of course, was Russia's special operations or conflict in Ukraine. So this is the opportunity that Prime Minister Narendra Modi had to come to Moscow. So it was awarded just a short while back at Kremlin. And this is the highest civilian honor of Russia, instituted in 1698 by Tsar Peter the Great, and it was then awarded to those who had contributed immensely to increasing Russia's strategic power or contributed to the Russian state. That honor in Soviet Russia for some time was discontinued, but then started after the Russian Revolution, but started once again. And this just shows the close bond and relationship between India and Russia, the trajectory. You know, Prime Minister Narendra Modi described this friendship and described Russia as Sukh Dukh Ka Sathi, you know, a friend who stood by India through thick and thin, through all the highs and lows, and a trajectory that India has described that's always been on the upswing. There was never a downslide in India-Russia ties, and the two leaders, after that almost 8-hour-long interaction that they've had over the past 2 days, intend to take this relationship to altogether a new level through all the agreements that they've talked about, which we will know very shortly, Preeti.
All right, and Gaurav, we're going to come back to you for more on that. A successful diplomatic visit where the Prime Minister is concerned. He's going to be leaving for Vienna, Austria tomorrow, but these visuals coming in where the Indian Prime Minister being conferred with the highest civilian honor in Russia. With that, let's quickly shift focus, viewers, on the big developing story. Now, we can call it an India Today impact, where 3 days after the Mumbai hit-and-run accused Mihir Shah, who ran over a 45-year-old woman, Kaveri Nakhwa, succumbed to her injuries, was finally arrested. Mihir's mother, sister, who were missing after the hit-and-run case, have also been arrested by the Mumbai police. However, big questions remain, viewers. 3 days it took the Mumbai police to arrest Mihir Shah. And strangely, just coincidence, it takes 3 years for the blood alcohol levels to clear if you do a urine test. 3 days. 3 days later, Mihir Shah is arrested. Here's more.
Mihir Shah, son of Shiv Sena leader Rajesh Shah, is finally under arrest. 3 days after his speeding BMW claimed the life of a 45-year-old woman in Worli. More shocking details of the hit-and-run have emerged. At around 5:30 a.m. on Sunday, Mihir Shah's car hit Kaveri Nakhwa and her husband Pradeep Nakhwa, who were on a two-wheeler. Kaveri fell on the bonnet of Mihir's car and was dragged for 1.5 kilometers before falling off. At this point, Mihir allegedly switched seats, making his driver take the steering wheel. Sources say the driver, while reversing the car, allegedly ran over Kaveri. Rajesh Shah, who is a Shiv Sena leader from Palghar, was constantly in touch with Mihir Shah after the crash. Rajesh Shah allegedly tried to implicate the driver by asking him to take the blame for the accident. Mihir Shah fled the scene immediately.
तुम्हारा कोई सगे वाला नहीं ना मरा, इसलिए ऐसा हो रहा है. तुम बोल रहा है गरीबों का सरकार है. कौन सा गरीबों का सरकार है? गरीब ऐसे रास्ते में मरेगा, हर दिन मरेगा. कोई नहीं उसको देखने वाला. 2 बच्चा रो रहा है, वो बोल रहा है माँ बाबा. ये प्रशासन कुछ नहीं है, ये देवेंद्र फडणवीस कुछ नहीं है. गृह मंत्री के नाम पे कलंक है साला. हमारे पीछे कौन है? कौन है हमारे पीछे? बताओ.
Rajesh Shah, who is accused of trying to cover up the crime, spent just 1 day in custody before being released on a bail bond of 15,000 rupees. The opposition is questioning Maharashtra CM Eknath Shinde's links with Rajesh Shah. The BMW hit-and-run comes more than a month after the Porsche crash in Pune. In both cases, the suspects from rich families have tried to subvert the law by trying to pin the blame on the drivers employed by them. As anger mounts over the VVIP culture, the question remains the same as always. Will justice be served? Bureau Report, India Today.
First, subversion of law, and now possibly manipulation of law. Questions need to be raised now on the timing of arrest of the man in question, Mihir Shah. We're going to cut across to my colleague Saurabh Vakhtania, who's going to get us the latest. But Saurabh, allow me to bring in Dr. Gautam Bansali into this conversation. He is the General Medicine and Infectious Diseases Head, Bombay Hospital and Medical Research. Dr. Bansali, a very pertinent question now remains to be asked. Will we ever know, if at all, the man in question here was driving under influence of alcohol or any other substance, because it's now been 3 days?
Yeah. So Preeti, there are whenever you consume alcohol, it's always metabolized by your body, and primarily it is metabolized by the liver. The time of and the amount of time you can say the alcohol present in your body, there are multiple tests which is there to detect alcohol in your body, and that depend on the what type of test you are conducting, and depend on the biological factors also, and different kind of tests they are available. Like the blood test, yes, you can see alcohol, or the presence of alcohol in your blood stream is there up to the 6 hours. If you do the urine test, yes, in the urine test also you can see the presence of the alcohol, that is up to the 12 to 24 hours. One more saliva test is there. Saliva test, you can, presence of alcohol is also there 12 to 24 hours. And that breath ELISA test, that is also there. But how much alcohol you consume, that also depend. And in the breath ELISA test also, you can see the presence of alcohol or amount of alcohol with that breath ELISA test up to the 24 hours. And one hair test is also there. Sometimes there some part of the alcohol is remain in the hair. So there are multiple tests. So it's all depend on the last you consume the alcohol, how much alcohol
So Dr.
you have
Bansali,
consumed, and
one
what
quick
type of
question
test
before
you are
I let you
conducting.
go, sir. So after 3 days, because this arrest has taken place after 3 days, so there is no way of finding out whether Mihir Shah had consumed alcohol or was driving under influence at that time at all. There's no way of knowing.
So generally, yes, chances are very, very low, because if he has consumed lot of alcohol, then they are little bit chance by the urine or by the breath analyzer. Otherwise, their chances are very limit if you conduct the test after 3 days.
Appreciate you joining us, Doctor. Appreciate it. Thank you. I want to cut across to Saurabh Vakhtania. At this point of time, there is this whole lobby, viewers, in the state of Maharashtra supporting Mihir Shah, and that lobby says that he never consumed alcohol. Well, the counter to that, do we now know whether he did consume alcohol or not? Or the fact that he waited for 3 days, took the urine test on his own to make sure that he was cleared of any substance abuse, and that is when he was arrested. Questions will be asked of the Mumbai police as well. Saurabh Vakhtania, for 3 days, the police could not find him, and finally he was arrested from Virar.
So, well, let me tell you, the 3 days have passed it because the incident took place early Sunday morning, and after 3 days now Mihir is arrested, and later on he will be taken to the medical checkup. It is very, very negligent that any alcohol traces would be found if a medical test is performed on Mihir Shah, and this give him a clear victory in the court, because let me tell you, if alcohol traces are not found, if alcohol consumed is not found in his medical test, he gets a plus point, because if alcohol is found in the medical, then there is a severe punishment in this case. So clearly, if you see that after 3 days, if Mihir Shah is now arrested, alcohol consumption will never be found, that whether he consumed alcohol or not. The police sources are, however, telling us that they have the CCTV footage of the Juhu bar where Mihir and his friend actually consumed alcohol. Police also suspect that they had also likely taken drugs at that particular night. But how are you going to prove it? Police officials are telling us that there are CCTV footage, there is the bill of the pub and the bar which they had consumed the alcohol, but that cannot be admissible in the court. The court will not take that thing as an evidence over there, because the opposition side can clearly say that in that particular glass there was no alcohol and so much on, they can actually give their argument. So clearly the police in the investigation will be on the back foot in the court as well when it comes to the arguments and the hearing in the court, because the consumption of alcohol will never be proved. Now in this particular case, Preeti, let me tell you, the entire family was behind Mihir Shah to make him escape from Mumbai. There were CCTV footage. He went to the Marine Drive area as well. The number plate was removed. The driver was said that his entire family will be taken care of. You take the entire blame on yourself. The entire family was involved to save Mihir Shah. And who was the top person who was actually helping them, giving them suggestion? And therefore the Mumbai police at the moment, they have detained 12 people, including the mother, 2 sisters and other relatives who were actually not reachable at all after this particular incident had taken place. They are right now being brought to Mumbai. They have left from Shahpur, that is around 2.5-hour drives from this particular police station. Accused Mihir Shah is being brought from Virar. Now again, it's a national highway. It is going to take some time because there is some work going on. Let me tell you, very interestingly, we are thinking that the investigation, the questioning can take place at some other place as well to hide it from the media. So what is the police is hiding, that is not known as at the moment. But right now, senior DCP and senior inspector have left from Worli police station. They have gone to some places and likely the questioning will happen. And by night or by tomorrow morning, the medical will happen. And tomorrow, that is when Mihir Shah will be produced in the court.
Well, you know, the medical might happen, but we now all know what the conclusion of that medical report will be. 3 days have passed, and we never quite know whether Mihir Shah was driving under influence of alcohol or drugs. When we speak of those who aided him to get away, and you can say that, viewers, under the current system of law, in all probability, Mihir Shah is getting away with murder. And if those who have helped him doesn't just quite include his family members, as Saurabh Vakhtania was pointing out, it also includes somewhere down the line questions need to be asked of the investigating officer and the team. It took 3 days for the Mumbai police to nab who? Somebody who's had no criminal record, who was found in Virar after 3 days. If this is the time that it takes for the Mumbai police to nab somebody like Mihir Shah, then questions need to be asked on the culpability or the possible culpability of the investigating officer and the team investigating the case. Saurabh Vakhtania, appreciate you joining us. We're going to quickly cut across to the other big political development that we're tracking. Rahul Gandhi, marking his first visit to Raebareli, in fact the second visit to Raebareli, after being elected as the Lok Sabha leader of opposition. He has already been to Raebareli once after he was elected from the seat as a thanksgiving measure, and today after being elected as LOP, marking his first visit, but second after being elected as Member of Parliament from the constituency. All of this on his way back from Manipur. Rahul visited his own Lok Sabha constituency. During his visit, he was seen offering prayers at the Hanuman temple in Churva, followed by a visit to AIIMS Raebareli, meeting patients there. Rahul also met up with the family members of Kirti Chakra awardee late Captain Anshuman Singh, who laid down his life in the highest tradition of the Indian Army in July 2023 Siachen fire, showing exceptional bravery in saving many lives. After discussing Army and Agniveer scheme with the Congress MP, the mother of the late Captain Anshuman said, "There cannot be 2 types of Faujis, and I hope the Yogi government will listen into what Rahul Gandhi is saying." Take a look.
अग्निवीर पे चर्चा किए हम लोग कि और बेहतर हो सकता है ना, क्योंकि 2 तरह का फौज नहीं होना चाहिए, इस पे भी हम चर्चा किए। और मैं जो सरकार है उनसे भी उम्मीद है कि वो शायद राहुल गांधी जी का स्पीच सुने और उस पे फॉलो करें, उस पे विचार करें। मैं सरकार से भी निवेदन करूंगी। मैं अभी तक तो बहुत नेगेटिव आ रहा था दिल में, पर अभी मैं बहुत पॉजिटिव हूँ।
राहुल जी की ये दरिया दिली है कि वो देश के शहीदों को एक्नॉलेज करने के लिए, चूंकि आज रायबरेली आए हुए थे और हम लखनऊ में स्टे करते हैं, हमारा घर लखनऊ है, तो उन्होंने ये बुलाया। और राहुल जी का बेसिक ये था कि जो बेटे के खोने का गम है, राहुल जी भी अपने पिता और दादी को खो चुके हैं, तो वो समझ सकते हैं कि ये दर्द कैसा होता है। मैंने अपने जवान बेटे को खोया, तो उन्होंने बस इसीलिए सांत्वना के लिए बुलाया कि ये देश आपके साथ है और आपका बेटा जो कर गया इस देश के लिए बहुत कुछ किया, सेना इसके लिए ऋणी रहेगी और हम सब आपके साथ हैं।
राहुल गांधी बड़ा डरते डरते हुए रायबरेली आए हैं। पहले उनको अमौसी एयरपोर्ट पे उतरना था, डर लगा कि अमौसी के रास्ते में कहीं कोई असुविधा ना हो, तो फिर वो लखनऊ उतर गए, किसी को बताया नहीं। लखनऊ से बाय रोड पहुंचे हैं। पहले कार्यक्रम था कि रायबरेली में कई जगह जाएंगे आएंगे, लेकिन पता चला अब सारे कार्यक्रम सीमित करके उन्होंने सिर्फ भुए मऊ अपना जो घर है, उसी घर के भीतर लोगों से भी मिलेंगे, उसी घर के भीतर अधिकारियों से भी मिलेंगे, उसी घर के भीतर से सेवा करेंगे, ऐसा मैंने सुना है। तो ये भाव मुझे ऐसा प्रतीत होता है कि राहुल गांधी जी डरे हुए हैं। जो दूसरे को कहते हैं डरो मत, डराओ मत, आज डरते डरते रायबरेली आए हैं। ये उनका आचरण व्यवहार ही है जो उनको डरने पर मजबूर कर रहा है।
All right, so that's Dinesh Pratap Singh, who lost the election. He had stood up against Rahul Gandhi from the seat of Raebareli. Meanwhile, let's cut across to the tragedy that took place in Jammu and Kashmir, the dastardly attack by terrorists in Jammu's Kathua that killed 5 Indian braves. The army has pressed into service helicopters, unmanned aerial vehicles and sniffer dogs to trace the attackers. India has vowed to avenge the attack and defeat the evil forces.
Five army jawans killed in a terror attack in Jammu and Kashmir. The terrorists ambushed their truck in Machedi, a remote area in Kathua district, on Monday, leaving 5 others injured. The soldiers were on patrol when the attack took place. Naib Subedar Anand Singh, Havildar Kamal Singh, Naik Vinod Singh, Rifleman Anuj Negi and Rifleman Adarsh Negi are the bravehearts who lost their lives.
Bullets are lying here. So one can just imagine the situation that must have prevailed here at that point of time when terrorists carried out this attack. Vehicles have to slow down, vehicles have to move slowly on this road because it's a Kacha road, and the terrorists specifically chose this place because they felt that they could, inflict maximum casualties on the security forces.
Sources tell India Today the attack was carried out by Pakistani terrorists. Local guides helped the terrorists in doing recce and provided them food and shelter, according to sources. Sources also claim that terrorists used US-made M4 carbine in the attack. The driver was targeted first to stop the army truck from going forward. Defence Minister Rajnath Singh has offered condolences to families of victims. National Conference Chief and former CM Farooq Abdullah has slammed Pakistan for promoting terror.
Terrorism किसी को मदद नहीं करेगी। अगर वो मुल्क जो इनको भेज रहा है, हमारा पड़ोसी, और ये समझता है कि इससे वो यहाँ की तब्दीली लाएगा, वो नहीं होगा। उनको ये देखना चाहिए पहले ही वो बर्बाद हो गए हैं और लड़ाई दोनों मुल्कों के लिए तबाही ही लाएगा, कुछ और नहीं लाएगा। तो इसको बंद करें, मेहरबानी करके इस टेररिज्म को बंद करें।
The opposition has launched a scathing attack on the Narendra Modi government over the attack.
इस प्रकार के आतंकी घटनाएं लगातार बढ़ रही हैं। सरकार दावा करती सदन के अंदर, लोकसभा में, राज्यसभा में, कि मामला बहुत बेहतर हो गया है, स्थिति नियंत्रण में है, वहाँ कोई अब गतिविधि नहीं है। लेकिन हमारे नौजवानों को अगर सीमा पार से शहीद लोग कर रहे हैं और उन पर घात लगाकर हमला हो रहा है, जाने जा रही हैं, तो कहीं ना कहीं सरकार को जवाब देना पड़ेगा।
The Kathua terror attack is the 7th in just 1 month. All of them in Jammu region. Bureau Report, India Today.